I should go and come back tomorrow for my rejection letter, that he doesn't need a microbiologist in his school. Hey God. I was like, is this really happening? That was the beginning of it for me. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adebola Grace Adewe. This is my channel where we talk about faith, motivation, relationships, and lifestyle. If this is the first time on my channel, you're highly welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming around. Thanks for keeping this channel running. So, it's my NYSC story episode 2. I hope you are excited. Let's get straight into the video. PPA SAGA. Hi, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed my last episode. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about my PPA SAGA, primary place of assignment SAGA. So while in camp, I enjoyed my camp, and as the site Vanguard president, my coordinator asked me where I would like to serve, and I told him I wouldn't want the remote places in Ondo State. I would prefer the capital, which is Akure. And he said, okay, fine. Do you have any specification? I told him I would also prefer a hospital because I have quite a number of, I have quite an experience in working in the hospital. So I said, okay, fine. The day came for us to pass out from camp, and everyone was just going around collecting their posting letter. Some people were excited, some people were happy, some people were literally crying. Like, some people sat on the floor to cry instead of correct cry like this. Some people were crying. Me, I didn't know my fate yet. My senior coordinator called me that I should come for my letter. I was hopeful that I'll be posted to Unimed or one Tush hospital like that. When I got the letter, I opened it. In fact, I wasn't looking for the name of the place. I was just looking for if it was a school or a hospital. And I saw school, like a school. In my mind, I said, me, school. I had to check it. I had to double check if it was really my letter. When I saw it, it's something funny. Yeah, my senior coordinator offered to take me down to the capital, which is like an hour plus journey from the camp where we were. While on that journey, I was not smiling. In fact, I wasn't smiling. In my mind, I said, no, school. I don't want to teach. Even while in school, I used to always tell my friends that teaching is not my calling. I don't want to teach. I don't want to anything teaching. Don't call me inside. When we got to Akure, he took us to one of the family houses in Akure, and we couldn't stay there because the crowd was much. One of my friends told me we should go lodge for some time while we figure out ourselves. So we took our things and we went to book a hotel to lodge for a few weeks. So the next day, everyone woke up and they were all trying to, find their PPA. And I too woke up and I went out to find my PPA. When I got to the place and I entered the school premises, I was like, hey God, is this the school? If it has to be a school, not the school. If it definitely has to be a school, it's not the school. I can't work here. I got to the staff room and I asked for the principal. They said he wasn't on seat, that I should wait. I waited for like an hour and he wasn't forthcoming. So one of the staff called him to tell him that a call member was waiting for him, and he said, okay, he'll be back soon. I waited for like extra 2 hours and this one was not forthcoming. They had to call him again and said they should put me on the phone. He said, what course did I study? I told him microbiology. He said, no. I should go and come back tomorrow for my rejection letter, that he doesn't need a microbiologist in his school. Hey God. I was like, is this really happening? That was the beginning of it for me. I was like, God, where do I start from? I don't know anybody, I don't know anyone in Akure. Where do I start from? Where do I go to? While on my way home, I was crying, I was crying on the streets of Akure because it wasn't a funny one at all. After waiting for him for almost 4 hours, he called to just tell me to come back for my rejection letter without seeing my face. When I was going home, I was crying on the streets of Akure and I didn't know what to do. Then I saw a signboard of a school, like a it was like a signpost, a big one, and the environment was very clean, cool. The buildings were tall and beautiful. I was like, this school is fine. But if this is the school premises, then it's really fine. If I'll have to serve in a school, then it has to be something like this. And I said, okay, tomorrow when I come for my rejection letter, I'm going to check out the school. So I went home, cried. All my friends came back. Oh, they've been accepted. And I was there. I went back the next day, and he said, this is your letter. I collected it, and I was about to leave. He now called me back. I said, what will you now do? Can you imagine? See me say question. You gave me rejection letter. You're asking me what will I now do? I just told him, sir, don't worry. I'll figure myself out. He said, the way you are talking is like you have somewhere in mind. My mind, I said, this man should allow me leave here before I release it on him. Before I release my anger on him. You gave me rejection letter. You're asking me what will I now do? I was pissed that I left there. Then I remember I saw the signpost of a school, so I went back to that signpost. It was a bit hard for me to locate the school. Like there wasn't a direction to the school, so I had to go to the express, and I asked some people there, and they directed me to the school. When I got to the gate of the school, my mind I said, me, the way I'm going to even carry my face, the gate man cannot go ask me who I am. When I got to the gate, I was like, good afternoon, or good morning rather. Please, I want to see the principal of this school. And he said, okay, let's go. And he took me to the office of the principal. And I met the principal with few staff having a meeting. He said, oh, Corper, you're welcome. Come inside. He received me very well. And he asked if I was posted to their school. I said no, that I want to ask if they need coppers in their school. And he was like, no, they don't need coppers. So that last set of coppers they had were not, good people. They were not good girls, and they are afraid of taking coppers. So I'm like, but no, this is not happening. And he said, okay, go and come back tomorrow and see the proprietor of the school. I don't really have a say in it. Just go and come back tomorrow. And I said, okay, thank you very much, sir. And I left. At least it gave me small hope. When I went home, I called my CDS coordinator to tell him that I've been rejected. He said, okay, that he will see what he can do. I kept checking my portal day after day to see if I've been reposted, but it wasn't forthcoming. So we left the lodge because we had stayed like a week. So we had to leave the lodge to family house. We had to find one family house. Like I went to Winner's family house. My friend went to, everybody just went their way because we were still trying to find our feet in Akure. So I went to family house, Winner's family house in Akure. I stayed there for a few days, and I kept going back to the school. So the next few days later, I went back to the school to see the proprietor, like the principal said. And the proprietor was like, Corper, did I post you to my school? I said no, that I want to ask if you need coppers in your school. And he said, the last set of coppers they have, the last set of female coppers they had were very dubious ones, and they don't want coppers again. That really taught them a lesson, except I will prove them otherwise. I said, okay, that I'm going to try my best. With the grace of God, I'm going to try my best to be different. And he said, okay, that his spirit accepts me, so he's going to accept me. That how do I do it since they didn't post me to the school? So I told him he should give me a request letter to NYSC, and they'll repost me to their school. So he said, okay, he asked the secretary to give me a request letter from their school to NYSC. So I took it to, I also called my coordinator to tell him that I got a request letter from another school, and he asked me to take it to the secretariat. I took it there, and I realized I'd been posted to Ministry of Women Affairs. So I have to go to Ministry of Women Affairs for them to reject me if I want them to post me to that school. I want to stress. So I went to reprint my posting letter carrying Ministry of Women Affairs. I went to Ministry of Women Affairs. When I saw the buildings, I was like, oh my God, I can't work here. I hate old buildings. Like, I don't like old buildings for anything. So when I got to the secretary's office, okay, I wanted to see the permanent secretary because they want to either reject or accept coppers. So his secretary came out with a lot of forms that they have enough coppers. He doesn't know if his boss is going to accept me. In my mind, I say, the guy don't even accept me. Hooray, please reject me. So I said, okay, let's go in and see my boss. When we, like, as I was entering the office, I overheard the permanent secretary said, no, he doesn't want any other cop. He doesn't want more coppers. They've had enough, blah, blah, blah. My mind, I say, hey, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. At the sight of me, like him citing me, he just told me, no, he's not going to reject me. Yeah, see, fine copper. He's not going to reject me. My mind, I said, God, no, this man has to reject me. So he asked me of my name, and I told him my name. He said, that's good. I schooled in your state. I did this, that. He was just talking plenty. My mind, I said, God, let this man reject me. Let me go my way. So he didn't want to reject me. And I asked him, sir, please, will your ministry pay me? He said, no. Will they give me accommodation? He said, no. I said, sir, please, I can't survive on 19.8 alone. Then we are still taking 19.8. I said, sir, I can't survive on 19.8. If you are not giving me accommodation, if you are not paying me, I can't survive on 19.8. Please reject me. He said, okay, that do I have a place in mind already? I said, yes. He said, let him see the request letter from the school or from the place. They gave him the request letter. I said, this man is my friend. I know him very well. Like, he's a very good man, so I will allow you to go. That was how he rejected me, and I went back to NYSC that I've been rejected from Women Affairs. So they had to repost me to the school, Jiman's group of schools. They had to repost me to the school. I went to print the letter again and took it back to the school, and I was accepted. I went back to NYSC to submit the letter that I've been accepted to the school. You see the stress, PPA stress. It's not easy getting a good PPA. I was finally accepted by Jiman's group of schools. When it was time to resume work and all, meanwhile, I was staying in the family house. The family house is quite far from the school. It was quite far from the school anyways. And I didn't know how I was going to do it, so I have to rent an apartment close to the school for everything to be smooth for me. So when I got to the school to report officially, my proprietor told me that they have an accommodation for me, and I said no. So I don't want the accommodation. I'll sort out myself. When God is trying to bless you, don't be stubborn, don't be strong-headed, don't be saying you will sort out yourself. Just allow God to have His way. Allow God to bless you the way He wants to bless you. So I told him I was going to sort out myself. So I traveled home for Christmas break and came back in January, that was 2020, to resume work. Still, I didn't get the accommodation. I was just lucky. So when I reported that Monday, he told me that we have an accommodation for you and you can't say no. I had to just succumb because it's me that went there. They told me they didn't want coppers. I convinced them that I was going to be a good girl, so I had to take the accommodation. I took the accommodation. It was beautiful. I took the accommodation, a 2-bedroom flat, all to my small self. There was water running, there was lights, like everything was set. And I was going to double as the hostel mistress, assistant hostel mistress, coupled with my teacher's job that I've not got before. Well, we all started. It was a bit stressful, but I like to give it my best in anything I find myself doing. I just have to give it my best. So I said I was going to give it my best, and I was also going to prove to the school, through the help of God, that all corpers are not the same. For the fact that we have, some core members that are not too good, we also have the good ones. So all core members are not the same. I wanted to change that narrative. So I put in my best. I started doing my work. I was giving a class to teach biology. I taught biology for a few weeks. I was now giving agric. I taught agric for some weeks. Then a staff left, and I was moved to junior secondary to teach integrated science, basic technology, home economics, and agric. Like only me, because I like to put in my best in anything. So with this, we've come to the end of today's episode. Hope you really enjoyed it. My next episode is going to be how much I enjoyed my PPA. It was a one-lifetime experience. I really enjoyed it, and I would love to share it with you. So stick around. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please hit the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell so you get notified each time I post a new video. You guys rock. Thanks for always keeping this channel running. See you in my next video. Bye.